What is up, baseball fans? Chris Jardine here, a.k.a. Snaggle J, Associate Community Manager for Out of the Park Baseball, back with another live stream. We're going to be doing something a little bit different tonight. I know our schedule has been kind of out of whack lately with vacations and all-star game related breaks. So first things first, we will be back on our regular streaming schedules next week. So TJ will be live Monday nights at, I think he's going with 9:30 Eastern time for now. I will be here Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time as we go into the 2021 offseason with our Brewers franchise. But that's next week. Tonight, what we're going to be doing, folks, if you guys are not active on our Facebook page, first of all, facebook.com/OOTP Baseball. Go give us a like over there. We're getting close to 8,000 likes on Facebook, which is insane. TJ last week did a Twitter's Choice tournament. So we're going to be doing a Facebook's Choice tournament. I put the call out on Saturday. We have 32 amazing teams all looking to become the first ever Facebook's Choice historical tournament champion. What's going on, ZJ Whalen, Drake, Dylan, Scott Penn's fan? What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream on our unusual Thursday time slot. So, first things first, I did make a comment. I sent an email saying we need to find a way to get year numbers on this screen because this screen tells me nothing. I mean, I could look at the logos and I know that this one over here is like an early era Jays, like pre-97, as is this one. This one's like 97 to like 03. You know, but they really don't do a whole lot of good. So we will. Historic run 87, KC, I won 108. Finished second. 5 games back. Wow. That's insane. So let's go through. We're going to look at these matchups one by one. So the way this is going to shake down, guys, the first and second rounds, because I don't want this to take 300 hours. The first and second rounds are best of 3. The third and fourth rounds are best of 5. The finals are best of 7. We'll probably simulate the majority of the games until we get to the finals, and we may jump in and maybe play a game or two. You'll have to excuse the copious amounts of water I'm drinking currently. I just got home from umpiring a baseball game, and it was hot. Let's have a look at our first round matchups. Now, these were randomized. I put all the teams in. For those of you who don't know, by the way, this is our new historical tournament exhibition mode, which is now available in the newest OOTP update. You don't have to start a league or anything crazy to do a tournament. You go in, pick your teams, boom, go. So we randomize the teams. So first up, we have the 2017 Houston Astros, one of 2 2017 teams, going to be taking on the 1992 World Series runner-up Atlanta Braves. That should be an unbelievable series. I am very, very familiar with the 92 Braves, being a Jays fan. So this should be a really, really good early first-round series. We have the 86 Kansas City Royals against the 1948 Cleveland Indians, who are the second oldest team that Facebook put forward for this tournament. Should be a good series there as well. The 2017 Los Angeles Dodgers World Series runner-up against the 1980 Philadelphia Phillies. The 1919 Chicago White Sox. Yes, that's right. The 1919 Chicago White Sox, the oldest team put forward in this tournament against the 1980 Houston Astros. How will shoeless Joe Jackson fare against Nolan Ryan? That'll be an interesting one. The 1984 Chicago Cubs against the 1981 Montreal Expos. Interesting. Couple of teams in very similar. This one, I'm looking forward to this one. The 2004 Boston Red Sox, the team that broke the hex, the team that broke the curse of the Bambino, against the worst team in the history of Major League Baseball, the 119 loss 2003 Detroit Tigers. I mean, Facebook's choice. Look at those records. Nate Cornejo, 6-17. Jeremy Bonderman, 6-19. Mike Maroff, 9-21. These guys were so bad. The Red Sox are, that one should be a 2-game sweep. The 1985 Toronto Blue Jays against the 1996 Colorado Rockies. I like it. I like it. Jayhawk Owens. Great name. The 1985 New York Yankees against the 1991 Pittsburgh Pirates. Bobby Bonilla on the Pirates. Let's go. Can't get bought out in this tournament. We have the 93 San Francisco Giants, who won 103 or 104 games. Ended up losing to Philadelphia in the NLCS against the 1992 World Series champion Toronto Blue Jays. And the 2001 Arizona Diamondbacks against the 1995 Atlanta Braves in the Battle of World Series Champions. Nice. The 2009 Philadelphia Phillies against the 2001 Toronto Blue Jays. I don't get the allure of the 2001 Jays. I'm not sure what's up with that. They weren't a very good team. But, hey, it's not my tournament. The 1982 Milwaukee Brewers against the 1991 Minnesota Twins. I love the 91 Twins, by the way. That's where I first fell in love with the gutsiness of Jack Morris. The 1961 Baltimore Orioles against the 1995 Cleveland Indians. 1995 Cleveland Indians, for me, hold a special place in my heart because one of my favorite baseball games of all time is World Series Baseball for the Genesis. And the 95 Indians were a lot of fun to use. You had Manny, you had Paul Sorrento, you had Carlos Baerga, Jim Thome, Albert Bell, Eddie Murray. There was just power for days and days. The 1968 St. Louis Cardinals against the 1974 Oakland Athletics. That one's going to be interesting. Bob Gibson and his 1.12 ERA. Should be good. All right. The 1976 Cincinnati Reds against the 1994 Montreal Expos. 94 Expos always getting lots of love on the channel from me. Somebody else nominated them, but that makes me happy. Big fan. Big fan. See how that ends up going. And last but not least, in the first round, the 1972 Oakland Athletics against the 1987 Minnesota Twins. Two Minnesota Twins teams pretty close in years with 87 and then you had 91. All right, so let's jump into the tournament. So first round, we've got the 17 Astros against the 92 Braves. You got John Smoltz against Charlie Morton in the first game. And Charlie Morton outduels John Smoltz as the Astros win 10-3. Now, because I know someone will ask, there are no DHs in this at all. No DHs whatsoever. We'll look at the box score here. No DHs on either side, which is fair. So 10-3, they win the first game. How do I go back? Matchups? Yeah, there we go. Play ball. All right. We can only simulate one game at a time, right? Can I just hit finish today and see what happens? Yeah, okay. Let's do that. And then we'll go through each one of them. That should work even better. That should work better. All right. So we'll go through. Well, you know, for this, we'll just go through and we might as well just simulate the whole series. It's the first round. We can probably go through safely and see what happens. We get some. Oh, Will McEnany, 76 Reds, torn labrum, out for 4 months. That's terrible. Oh, I could just hit the send the next round button. Is round 2 all set? All right, round 2 is all set. So let's go through and look at the results of round 1. The 2017 Houston Astros defeat the 1992 Atlanta Braves, which I know all of the TJ supporters in the chat are going to run and tell them 95 Braves getting slated. 92 Braves, sorry. I'm looking further down the thing to see how the 95... Oh, it looks like the 95 Braves may have fared a little better. So, 2017 Astros moving on. The 86 Kansas City Royals defeat the 1948 Cleveland Indians 2-1. Wow, 5-4 as well. Wow, bottom of the 9th, down 4-2. The 86 Royals come back with 3 in the bottom of the 9th to win. That's crazy. And awesome at the same time. The 80 Phillies beat the 2017 Dodgers. So the 2017 contingent down to 1. They beat them 2-1. 1-0 in game 3 as Bob walked. Bob walked all the distance? No, he went 5. They all pitched really well. Let's go back here. The 1919 White Sox lose to the 1980 Houston Astros 2-1. Oh, man. Terrible. Nolan Ryan picks up a win in game 1. The Chicago Cubs 1984 defeat the 1981 Expos 2-0. 4-0 win in the first game. 3-2 the second game. Not surprisingly, the 2004 Red Sox sweep the 2003 Tigers 4-0, 9-5. The worst team in baseball history stays terrible. The 1985 Blue Jays edge out the 96 Rockies by a score or by 2-1. Lots of runs. 9-4 in the first game. The Rockies win. The Blue Jays win 13-6 in game 2. And then 3-1 as Jimmy Key shuts down the Rock in game 3. Jays moving on. 85 Yankees sweep the 91 Pirates 2-0. 6-3, 2-0 both games. Zane Smith and Doug Drabeck, hard luck losers. Another Blue Jays team moving on is the World Series champion 92 Jays. Move on, defeating the 93 San Francisco Giants. Some people may call that an upset, even though the Jays were a World Series champion and the Giants were not. 2-1. The Giants win the first game 6-2, but the Jays win 4-3 and 11-2 as again Jimmy Key picks up his second game 3 win for a different team. Early MVP? Possibly. 95 Braves beat the Diamondbacks 2-0, 4-3 and 1-0. Pitching. Who would have thought that with the 95 Braves pitching? Wow, the 2001 Toronto Blue Jays defeat the 2009 Philadelphia Phillies 2-0 in what's definitely an upset. Did Roy Halladay beat Roy Halladay? Ah, no. Roy Halladay beat Cole Hamels. 8-4 and 3-2. Wow, that's definitely an upset. Matt Stairs do anything in the series? Probably not. Did he? Let's see. Series total. He was 1 for 5 with a home run. Matt Stairs, ladies and gentlemen. The 91 Twins defeat the 82 Brewers 2-1. Milwaukee won the first game, but the Twins stormed back with game 2 and 3 victories. The 1961 Baltimore Orioles defeat the 1995 Cleveland Indians in a sweep. Interesting. I don't know a lot about the 61 Orioles, but they're moving on. 68 Cardinals defeat the 74 Athletics 2-1. Bob Gibson pitches lights out in game 1. Kind of what we expected. The 76 Cincinnati Reds, the big red machine, beat the Montreal Expos of 1994. Oh my God, that's just such a hard luck team. This poor Expos team. 5-3, 6-5, close games. And last but not least, the 87 Twins, giving Minnesota 2 teams in the second round, to beat up on the 72 Athletics 2-1. Oakland won the first game 4-2, but then 12-3 and 3-2. Vida Blue getting beat up. Vancouver getting MLB team. I'd like to see that. So let's look at our second round matchups as we are in the Sweet 16 here in the Facebook's Choice tournament. We've got the 2017 Astros against the 1986 Kansas City Royals. We've got the 1980 Philadelphia Phillies against the 1980 Houston Astros. 1980 versus 1980. Okay, now I got to look something up real quick. So Philadelphia played in the 1980 World Series against Kansas City. Okay, so no Houston. Just had to check. So in Battle of the 1980, that'll be something. The 1984 Chicago Cubs against the 2004 Boston Red Sox. The 1985 Toronto Blue Jays against the 1985 New York Yankees in the Battle of 1985 teams. Nice. It's working out good. The other Jays team, the Jays have 3 teams in the second round. The 92 Jays against the 95 Braves. This would be very similar to the 1992 World Series. Even though it's 3 years later for the Braves, the team was very similar. The other Jays team, the 2001 Jays, take on the 91 Minnesota Twins. The 1961 Orioles against the 1968 St. Louis Cardinals as the 2 oldest remaining teams battle each other. And the 76 Cincinnati Reds are going to take on the 1987 Minnesota Twins. Who do you guys think? What do you guys think is the most intriguing matchup? Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think an intriguing matchup is? I think the 85 Jays and Yankees could be interesting. I think the 1980 series would be interesting too, just because these teams would have played against each other, technically. Technically. Reds Twins. Yeah, Reds Twins is going to be a nice series too. All right. Philly Houston. Let's see. Got a couple injuries here. All right. The 2017 Houston Astros move on as they defeat the Kansas City Royals of 1986 2-1. Kansas City wins the first game. And then the Astros storm back with 5-2 and 9-2 wins as they move on. And then Houston's other entry, the 1980 Astros defeat the 1980 Philadelphia Phillies 2-1. Again, Philly won the first game as Steve Carlton outdueled Nolan Ryan. And then the 80 Astros stormed back with a 6-2 win and an 8-5 win. So both Astros teams moving on, and they will face off in round 3. The 1984 Chicago Cubs and the 2004 Boston Red Sox. The Cubs. Hey. Now, interesting side note here, chat. The 2004 Boston Red Sox were the team that broke the curse for the Boston organization. Look at the top player name on the Cubs side. Bill Buckner. How about that for karma? The 84 Cubs are moving on. A 1-0 win in Game 3. Wow, wow, wow. The first of 2 Jays teams to move on to the next round. The 85 Jays beat the 85 Yankees. Very close game. 6-4, 6-2, and 6-5. Again, the team winning the first game went on to lose the series. The other Jays team, the 92 Blue Jays, beat the 95 Braves. Again, the Braves won game 1. The Jays stormed back with 5-3 and 2-1 win as Dwayne Ward picks up both wins in the series for the Jays. And the third Jays teams unfortunately fell as the 2001 Jays lose to the Minnesota Twins of 1991 by a 2-1 margin. Again, Jays win the first game. Minnesota storms back with a 1-0 and 6-0 win. Back-to-back shutouts. Every single series in this round, you'll notice, went 3 games. There were no sweeps. No sweeps. Every series went 3 games. The battle of the 2 oldie teams, the 61 Orioles get past the 68 Cardinals 2-1. Hoyt Wilhelm picks up a win in Game 1 and a save in Game 3. And last but not least, the 76 Cincinnati Reds beat the 87 Minnesota Twins. Again, Minnesota wins the first game, but then 1-0 and 10-0 shutouts. They're moving on. So let's take a look now at the Elite 8. 2 Astros teams. The 2017 Houston Astros against the 1980 Houston Astros. The old school Nolan Ryan against the new school or Astros. World Series champions. Remember, we're up to best of 5 now. Starting pitching depth, going to start playing a greater role in this tournament as we move on here. Our second matchup has the 1984 Chicago Cubs against the 1985 Toronto Blue Jays. The Jays with a lot of depth. They had Doyle Alexander. They had Jimmy Key, Jim Clancy, Dave Stieb. Is the fact we're going to 5 games, does that play in as an advantage for the Blue Jays? We will see. And 2 teams that know each other very well. The 1992 Blue Jays against the 1991 Minnesota Twins. Jack Morris on both teams in this series. So it'll be interesting to see if we get any Morris on Morris action. Minnesota Morris scheduled to pitch Game 1. Toronto Morris scheduled to pitch Game 4. And then the last series, we have the 1961 Orioles, the only pre-80s or pre-70s team left, against the 1976, the Big Red Machine, Cincinnati Reds. Jack Morris played for our team. He sure did. He sure did. So interesting to see what we're going to get into here. I'm thinking, now again, it's looking like trying to make predictions here. Now that we're up to 5 games, I think the 17 Astros are going to outlast the 80 Astros. I think the 85 Jays are going to win in probably 4. This series definitely this series is going to go 5 games. And I think that, as much as I hate to say it, I think Minnesota 91 has the advantage. Yeah, the commissioner named a lot of cities that could be potential expansion hubs. Montreal, Vancouver. He named several U.S. cities as well. I mean, I'm down. If that's something that they want to look at, expansion, I think Vancouver, Seattle. Yeah, I think Vancouver-Seattle rivalry would be very interesting. Baltimore beat Cincinnati. Yeah, I think so. Looking at Baltimore-Cincinnati. Yeah. Looking for Milt Pappas to have a huge Game 3. Sim this round. And then we'll start looking at these a little harder. Oh, Dennis Lamp hurt. All right. The 1980 Houston Astros beat the 2017 Houston Astros 3-2 as Nolan Ryan comes back and shuts them down in Game 5. And the 1980 Astros hold on for a 3-2 series win. What a series. 3-2 in first game. 17 took the lead. Then they won 11-5 in Game 2. Put their back against the wall. The 80 Astros win 1-0. Walk them off for a 4-3 win in Game 4. And then win 10-2 in Game 5 as the 2017 Astros completely collapse. Nolan Ryan throws 14 2/3 innings in the series. Gives up 11 hits, 20 strikeouts in the series. Terry Poole, 2 home runs in the series as well. Not bad. Really good start. The 1984 Chicago Cubs hang on and beat the 1985 Toronto Blue Jays 3-2. Come on, Blue Jays. You're killing me. You're killing me. The Cubs win Game 1 6-1 as they beat up on Dave Stieb. Blue Jays win 6-0 as Jim Clancy goes the distance. Doyle Alexander picks up a Game 3 win. But then, Tom Hankey got the win. But then, 9-5, 8-4, the Cubs win. Wow. Dave Stieb in the series pitched 12 innings, had 14 strikeouts, but gave up 5 home runs. Ernie Whitt with multiple home runs for the Blue Jays. Leon Durham, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs in the series for the Cubs. The 1992 Blue Jays sweep the 91 Twins. I like it. 5-4, 7-6, and 10-2. Pretty close games early, but then it gets out of hand towards the end. Jack Morris for Minnesota, 6 innings, a run on 6 hits and 10 Ks. Jack Morris for the Blue Jays, 7 2/3 of 1 run, 5 hits, a walk, and 3 Ks. So Jack Morris dealing on both sides. Joe Carter hits .385 in the series with 2 homers and 8 RBIs for the 92 Blue Jays. And Dote G had it right. Baltimore passes Cincinnati 3-1. So there you have it there. See if there's any big notables. Fred Norman had 10 Ks and 6 1/3 in a losing effort. So yeah, 92 J staff is stocked. Don't disagree. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in to the semi-finals of our Facebook's Choice Historical Tournament. On one side, we had 2 teams that were in the NL at the time. Weren't they? Was Houston in the NL then? Doesn't even matter. I think they were. They were in the NL. So there you go. Two teams were in the National League in the early 80s. There you see the 5-game lineups. Chicago's going to send Don Schultz, Vern Rule, Rick Reuschel, Chuck Rainey, Steve Trout again. We'll see if they alter these series, these rotations with breaks. Nolan Ryan you see down there as well. Interesting series. And you have two American League teams on the other side, the 1992 Toronto Blue Jays against the 1961 Baltimore Orioles. Will the Blue Jays' stacked pitching rotation carry them to the finals of this tournament? Dope G's calling it. He's saying Baltimore versus Houston. Houston wins it all. All right. We'll see if you're right. And wrong. The 1980 Houston Astros get by the 1984 Chicago Cubs 3-1. Nolan Ryan lights out in Game 4 as he pitches 7 innings, allows a hit, no runs, 2 walks, and strikes out 14 in the series-clinching game. Both teams do a great job keeping the ball in the ballpark. Only 3 home runs in the series. Wow, look at those. Look at the pitching lines. Nolan Ryan, 7 innings, a hit, 14 Ks. Joe Niekro, 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs allowed. J.R. Richard, 7 innings, allows 3 runs, but has 12 Ks, a run, and 5 hits. Nice. Like I said, the guys pitching for the Cubs, no slouches themselves. But Houston's moving on. And they're going to face one of my favorite teams of all time, ladies and gentlemen. The 1992 Toronto Blue Jays. 3 shutouts in this series. 2 for Toronto and 1 for Baltimore. As the first 3 games are all blanks on one side. The Jays win 3-0 and 4-0. Baltimore wins 7-0. The final game is 12-10 in favor of the 92 Jays. Juan Guzman in the series goes 6 1/3, gives up only 1 hit and strikes out 13. I like it. Jack Morris for the Blue Jays had another good series as he turns in 7 innings of shutout ball, 4 hits, 8 Ks. Solid, solid. Pat Borders goes 4.29 for the Blue Jays. Jim Gentile hits 357 in the series with 3 homers and 9 RBIs. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us... Series starts soon. What does soon mean? There we go. That brings us, ladies and gentlemen, to our championship round here in the Facebook's Choice tournament, as this one will be 7 games between the 1980 Houston Astros and the 1992 Toronto Blue Jays. We're going to play the first game, and then we will simulate up to any elimination championship games. So here's a look at the lineup for both teams. The Toronto Blue Jays will have Roberto Alomar batting first, playing second. Manny Lee batting second, playing short. Candy Maldonado. Okay, you know what? Can I move this around? Because this is terrible. This is not the way that we're. It's not how we're living this. We're not living this life. We're at least gonna have the right Jays lineup on the field. Come on. All right, better. Devon White leadoff play in center field. Robbie Alomar is going to bat second and play second. Joe Carter batting third and right. John Olerud batting fourth and playing first base. Candy Maldonado batting fifth and in left field. Jeff Kent batting sixth and playing third base. Pat Borders catching, batting seventh. Manny Lee playing shortstop, batting eighth. And the Blue Jays pitchers 16 and 5. Juan Guzman. Here's the lineup for the 1980 Houston Astros. Terry Pull leading off in right field. Jose Cruz batting second, playing left. Cesar Cedeno batting third and in center field. Art Howe batting fourth and playing third base. Denny Walling batting fifth and playing first. Joe Morgan batting sixth and playing second. Alan Ashby batting seventh and catching. Craig Reynolds batting eighth and playing short. And J.R. Richard gets the call for the Astros in this one. 10 and 4 with a 1.90 ERA. You can see the rankings here. Houston favored on 3 positions. The Blue Jays favored on 5. 2 are called ties. Anywhere to see the previous results? Just got here. We're gonna have, if you want to watch the video in its entirety, we're gonna have the VOD hosted here, and we're gonna have it on. We'll have it on our YouTube page tomorrow. If you want to watch the, the first 38 minutes. We're going to have her up on YouTube tomorrow. Devon White, lazy fly ball, makes the play. Here's Robbie. He strikes out. First strikeout. No trouble. Carter lifts a high fly ball into medium left center. 3 up, 3 down for Richard. Toronto wins 2-1, Dote G says. Here's Terry Pull. Pops up in the infield. Caught by Manny Lee, 1 down. Here's Jose Cruz. Walks. Oh, can't have walks. Back-to-back walks. That one's ripped into center. Devon White on the run. He's going to make the play. Oh, I mean, we'll send him. I got him. I don't know why I'm in charge, but White throws him out at third, inning over. Here's Johnny O. We're into the second. That was the first, got him. 99 on that last pitch by Richard. Oh, I think 99 was Guzman. Here's a strikeout. 72 miles an hour. There's a 75 mile an hour strikeout. Oh, he hit him. Or ball 4. Thought it hit him. Here's Reynolds. Rips that one through the hole. Runner's going to go to third. So first and third here now with 2 down. Put the pitcher up, and he strikes out. At the bottom of the top of the third now. Here's Borders. He strikes out looking. 96. That's ripped into the right field corner. That's going to be a base hit for Devon White. Or no. Manny Lee, sorry. That's a blooper into right. That's going to fall in. Yeah, I know. I got to put the AI. I forgot to put the AI in charge. That's okay. There. There's a rip throw to first base. Nice play. And there's a strikeout. I like to get just a little bit slower. Hit escape. I just want normal. There we go. That way I can. All right, here's Jose Cruz. And he walks. Guzman with another walk here in the bottom of the third with 1 down. I don't want to pause between at bats. I don't need to. I can always hit escape. Back up the middle. Guzman's going to go to second for one. On to first. Not going to get him. Cedeno beats it out. So a two outfielder's choice. Here's a high fly ball. Pretty much right at the left fielder, Maldonado, and that'll end the inning. 3 innings in the books here. No score. 92 Jays against the 80 Houston Astros. Head to the top of the 4th now. There's a strikeout. J.R. Richard starts the inning off with a K. Why are they throwing it to first base? There's another strikeout. That time looking. Richard really settling in here. That one's lifted into the right center field gap. A long run for Cedeno, but he's going to get there. So 3 up, 3 down for J.R. Richard. There's a strikeout. Walling goes down looking. Juan Guzman with another strikeout. Okay, you know what? We gotta hit it. Gotta get out of this. Yes, I do want to pause between the bats. That way I can. There we go. There's Ashby. Strikes out to end the inning. So 4 shutout innings on both sides. And still no score. Here's Jeff Kent. Nubs this one back to the mound. Richard picks it up. Makes a nice strong throw to first base. For out number 1. Here's Borders. Oh, he rips this one in the right center field gap. That one's going to get down. That's going to be extra bases for the Blue Jays catcher. So he slides into second base safely. Well, the 3rd hit for the Toronto Blue Jays is a 1-out double for Pat Borders. Here's Manny Lee. Hits this one back to the pitcher's mound. Richard up with it on to first. That's 2 down. It'll be interesting to see what the Jays do here. They are going to let Juan Guzman hit. He rips this one to 3rd. Up with it. Oh, he throws it away! Art Howe with a bad throw allows the first run of the game to score an E5. And the Blue Jays take a 1-0 lead. White rips that one. That's going to get past for a base hit. Guzman's going to hold at 3rd. And it's 1st and 3rd now with 2 out for Robbie Alomar. He loops this one into center. That's going to be a base hit, and it's going to score the 2nd Blue Jays run. White advances to 3rd on the play, and the Blue Jays lead now 2-0. Here's Carter. Hits this one high and deep to center field, back at the track. That's not going to be caught. White is in to score. Alomar is in to score. The Blue Jays take advantage of the Art Howe error and have put up 4 runs here now in the top of the 5th. Here's Olerud. Hits this one back out in front of the plate. That's going to end the inning. The Astros were out of it with no runs, but an Art Howe throwing error. And the Blue Jays score 4 and now lead 4-0. That was for Tom Cheek. Here's Reynolds. It's out to short. Lee up with it. Strong throw, got him. Here's Richard. Nubs this one to 3rd. That's Jeff Kent with up with it and strong throw and makes the play. Here's Poole. He strikes out. 1, 2, 3. Goes the bottom of the 5th for the Astros as Juan Guzman is locked in. Here's Maldonado. He strikes out. That's J.R. Richard's 40th strikeout of the tournament so far. So I believe leads everybody. A walk to Kent. Borders high and deep to right field. That's going to stay in the yard. Caught by Poole. Now a 2-out, Manny Lee's going to hit. He lifts a lazy fly into center. So Richard answers back. with a shutout inning. But his Astros, after 5.5, trail 4-0. There's a walk. 5th walk of the game for Juan Guzman. And there's his 7th strikeout. Fly into left. Maldonado saunters over to make the play. Oh, and there's a wild pitch to Denny Walling. Walling lifts that one down the line. That's going to curl back towards fair territory, but Maldonado's going to get there. So a walk and a wild pitch, but no damage. 6 innings in the books. The 92 Jays lead the 80 Houston Astros 4-0. Guzman rips that for a base hit. Juan Guzman with his 2nd hit of the game. Holy moly. Here's Devon White. Rips that one hard back up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. First 2 Blue Jays on here in the inning. Where's my mouse at? There it is. Excuse me, guys. Just for a second. There we go. That's what I needed. All right. So first and second, nobody out here for Alomar. He strikes out looking. Not sure what he's looking at. Tough day at the plate for Alomar as he struck out all 3 times. Here's Carter. He strikes out. Back-to-back huge strikeouts for J.R. Richard. And there's a walk to Olerud. So now Candy Maldonado up. Rips that out to second. So that'll end the inning. A bit dicey for Richard, but he gets out of it. Stretch time. 4-0 Blue Jays. Bob McDonald is in the game now to face Joe Morgan. And he gives up a leadoff base hit. As Morgan hops one into center. Here's that Alan Ashby. Strike 3 as Ashby goes down looking, and David Wells will come into the game now. One lefty for another. Nubbed out to second. Alomar up with it, makes the play. It'll be out number 2. Wells has thrown 9 1/3 innings now in the tournament with a .96 ERA. Grounded to third. Can't up with it. Strong throw. Bullpen gets the job done. After 7, it's 4-0. Joaquin Andahar is going to make an appearance now here for the Astros. And Jeff Kent strikes out. That one's lifted into left. That's going to be a base hit for Pat Borders. So he continues to hit the ball well. 353 so far in the tournament. That's a rip into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Borders is going to go all the way to third. Manny Lee. And Kelly Gruber now is going to come in and pinch hit in the pitcher spot for David Wells. And he rips that one to center field. Cedeno's going to come over and make the catch. Tagging at third, and Borders is out of the plate. Heck of a throw by Cesar Cedeno. Keeps it 4-0. Tom Hankey in now for the bottom of the 8th. The Terminator. He strikes out Terry Poole. Jose Cruz rips that one down the first baseline. That's going to be in there. Possibility for extra bases. Strong throw by Carter. And he's safe. A double for Jose Cruz. Had to wait for the text to catch up. Cedeno pops it up in the infield. Alomar there. Makes the play. Here's Art Howe. 16 RBIs in the tournament. And he strikes out here. Hankey does the job. 3 outs to go. Blue Jays lead 4-0. White pops up in the infield. Alomar walks. Lots of walks in this game. There's a number to third. Going to go to second for one on to first. Double play. 5-4-3 around the horn. Last chance for the Astros. Down 4-0. Mike Timlin into the game. Denny Walling rips that one. First pitch in the left center field gap. That's hit hard. It's going to be extra bases. A leadoff double for Denny Walling. Here's Morgan. High fly ball. Medium left. Maldonado there. Makes the play. Out number one. Here's Alan Ashby. He rips that one into left field. That's going to go towards the corner. It's going to be a base hit. Walling stays at third. Slow. Here's Craig Reynolds. Don't want to be running into outs here. You're down 4 runs. And there's a walk. And that'll bring the tying run up to the plate. In the form of pinch hitter Rafael Landestoy. He strikes out looking on the outside corner. Here's Terry Pull now with 2 out. He strikes out. The 1992 Blue Jays draw first blood in the championship round of the Facebook's Choice Historical Tournament with a 4-0 shutout victory. So obviously, the biggest issue in this game was that Art Howe error. They would have got out of that inning unscathed had Art Howe. Can I briefly explain how you set this tournament up? Would love to set one up. Absolutely. So first of all, if you have the newest update, which came out like a week or two ago, now we can return to the main screen. Now, under Historical Exhibition, there is a tournament option. It supports up to 64 teams. Up to 64 teams. So you literally just pick your teams, however many teams you want, and you do them. You put them there. Then you can pick if you want to DH or not, what strategy you want, what rosters you want to use, if injuries are enabled. Then the next screen, it lets you set it up. You can do a round robin style. Round robin needs to have an even number of teams, so like 4, 8, 6, or 4, 8, 16, whatever. There's also modified double elimination, which also requires an even number of teams. Hopefully we can continue our previous one. All right. Good. Should be able, yeah, the new update came out a couple weeks ago. All right, so we're going to simulate game 2. Jack Morris for the Jack Morris 3-0 with a 1.69 ERA. Do you plan on doing other series after the Brew Crew? I do. I figure with the Brewers, that's a really good question because I'm kind of pondering what I want to do there. I would like to do at least one more season with the Brewers. I would like to do the 2022 season. Then after that, because I figure the 2022 season probably going to take me a couple streams. We still have the off season to stream. Then we'll have like opening day. Off season, sometimes takes 2 streams if we get really into it. We're going to have opening day stream, draft stream. So, and then if we make the playoffs, you're looking at 4 or 5 streams. So this will probably be the last season for the Brewers franchise, maybe. But the thing is that I don't really know what I want to do after that. I have a notebook where I have some different ideas written down. But, if you have some ideas, I'm always open. Blue Jays win Game 2, 9-3. Jack Morris picks up his 4th win so far. My word. Now, so the Houston has to go to Nolan Ryan in Game 3 to try to pick up a win, and they do. Nolan Ryan does not pick up the win, but the Astros win 5-2. We'll go to Game 4 now in Toronto. Dave Stieb against 3-0 Joe Niekro. Dave Stieb with a 9. fantasy draft series? Possibly. We may go like really off the grid too. Like last year, I had a lot of fun. I know we only did it for one season. One season? But I had a lot of fun doing the Australian Baseball League, the Brisbane Bandits series. That was a lot of fun. Hey guys, can you guys hang on just for like 20 seconds? Okay, back. Yeah, like I'm definitely open to doing something different. Like I like to do like one like current franchise and then try to do something a little different. And multiple different things. I mean, we're probably going to do multiple things in the lead up to the launch of 20. All right, here's the Astros trying to get back in the series, and they do. They even the series at 2. Joe Niekro picks up his 4th win as Houston defeats Toronto 4-2. So now the series is 2-2. Juan Guzman against J.R. Richard again. Both of them have had amazing, amazing series. And Houston wins 4-3, so that Astros now have rattled off 3 straight wins. Wow. That's insane. The Blue Jays have made a pitching change. They had Todd Stottlemyre listed as their starter of choice. But instead, they're going to go with Jack Morris against Ken Forsch. All right. We'll play this one because now we're into elimination games. So Robbie Alomar are going to lead it off here for the Jays. Houston leads 3-2. Ken Forsch trying to shut it down. That's hit down the third baseline. That's going to be a tough play for Art Howe, but he's going to make it. Nice cannon across the diamond. Manny Lee lifts that one high and deep to left field. Back. Caught by Cruz. Here's Maldonado. Strikes out looking. 3 up, 3 down for Forsch. Here's Terry Pull going to face Jack Morris. Grounded to third. Picked up by Kent. And he got him. Morris has thrown 33 innings in this tournament. He's 4-0. He's given up 22 hits, 6 runs, 9 walks, and has 26 Ks. ERA of 1.64. There's a fly ball to left. Maldonado's going to make that one. 2 down. Here's Cedeno. And that's a fly ball to left center. White and Maldonado converging. Maldonado will take it. And that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for both sides. Here's Carter. Rips that one. Left center. Cedeno on the run. Makes the play. Here's Olerud. Hits that one into the shift. That's going to be through the hole. Not sure why Morgan couldn't pick that one up, but he didn't. Olerud on here with 1 out. And Kent lifts that one high and deep to right center field. Way back. Gone! Jeff Kent with an oppo taco into the right center field bullpen. And the Blue Jays strike first. And they lead 2-0. Here's White. Lifts that one high to medium right field. Pull makes the play. Here's Borders. Rips that down the first baseline. Snagged by Walling and makes the play. But the Blue Jays get 2 on a Jeff Kent home run. They lead 2-0. Here's Art Howe. Rips that down the third baseline. Kent, his counterpart, picks it up and makes the play. Be interesting. Art Howe and Joe Carter tied with 20 RBIs apiece. Carter with 5 home runs. Howe only with 2. Probable MVP candidates. And that's 3 up, 3 down for Morris again. Here is Morris at the dish. The ground's out. Fans are loving it. Here's Robbie back to the top of the Jays order. He strikes out. 2 strikeouts for Forge. And that's 3 up, 3 down as the Houston starter gets it back on track. We're going to the bottom of the third, 2-0. That's a base hit. Ashby flips it by the shortstop. 1 on now for Reynolds. Up the middle. Alomar to Lee, over to first. 4-6-3 double play. And Forsch hits that to first. So that'll end up being 3 outs. We're through 3 here in Houston. The 92 Blue Jays, 2. The 80 Astros, no score. Blue Jays need a win to keep the series alive. There's a base hit down the line for the Candyman. He's going to turn and go to second. And the ball's stuck in the corner. Maldonado goes to third. Cruz had a hard time with it. Maldonado's going to be into third with a triple. Jose Cruz couldn't pick it up along the fence. The ball got by him all the way to the wall. So a leadoff triple for Maldonado. And Carter hits a grounder to third. That'll score another run. 21st RBI of the tournament for Joe Carter. And that makes it 3-0 Blue Jays. Older hits that one on a line to right, but pull in the right spot, 2 down. Here's Kent. Homered his first time. Hits this one back to the pitcher. Forced with a great play. The Blue Jays get 1 on the triple and the ground out, and they lead 3-0. Popped up. Infield. Lee goes out and makes the play. Morris dealing right now. Absolutely dealing. Cedeno strikes out. Another 3 up, 3 down for Morris. He's faced the minimum through 4. Yeah, Morris is just dealing. Oh, and that's booted at short. Reynolds flubs that one. That's going to be E6. Borders on at first. Morris bunts. Now there'll be a 3-4 put out. Walling to Morgan. Borders moves to second with 2 down. Rips that to third. Howe up with it. Good throw. Inning over. Halfway home. 3-0 Blue Jays. Popped up in the infield. Caught. Here's Walling. Hits a lazy fly to left. Maldonado goes over, makes the play. That's out number 2. Here's Morgan to third. Jack Morris is in a groove here, folks. 5 innings in the books. The Blue Jays lead 3-0. Lee out to second. Morgan makes the play, 1 down. Maldonado lifts that one in the right center. That's going to be trouble. Cedeno coming on, though. He's going to get it. Here's Carter. Spanks at the third. Diving play by Art Howe, but he has a hard time getting the handle on it. And that's going to be a base hit. So here's John Older. 2 outs. Carter at first. He strikes out to end the inning. So here's Morris back to work. Alan Ashby. Out to the pitcher's mound. Morris makes the play, 1 down. Here's Reynolds. Hits that one into right center field. White on the run. Makes the play. And here's Enos Cable. Pinch hitting. He strikes out looking. Jack Morris has faced the minimum 18 batters through 6 innings. And his team leads 3-0. Joaquin Andahar is into the game now as a reliever. Force done for the day. Jeff Kent strikes out. Here's White. He strikes out as well. And here's Borders. Rips that one. That's going to be a base hit over the third baseman's head. Art Howe took a jump, couldn't get it. 2-out single for Pat Borders. Here's Morris, going to hit for himself, obviously. Rips that into center. Cedeno coming on, slides and makes the play. Heck of a play in center field for Cesar Cedeno as they keep the Blue Jays scoreless. It remains 3-0. Here's Terry Poole. Third time through the order now for Houston. Hits that to center. And that's caught by White. Morris has 2 strikeouts and has only allowed 1 hit so far. There's a rip into right center. White comes on, makes that play. 2 outs to Devon White. And here's Cedeno. Hits that one high and deep to right center. Carter's going to get there. Another 3 up, 3 down for Jack Morris. And the Blue Jays still lead 3-0. Here's Robbie. Pops it up. Catcher and third base converge. Catcher takes charge. Ashby makes the play. One there is Manny Lee. Strikes out. Lee's 20th strikeout of the tournament. There's Maldonado strikes out. 2 Ks for Andahar. The Astros need to string together some hits. They're trailing 3-0. Blue Jays looking to force a Game 7. Art Howe hits that one high and deep to left center field, and Houston's on the board as they now trail 3-1. Here's Walling. He strikes out. Morris gets right back in the groove. Here's Joe Morgan. Hits that one high and deep to right field. Back at the track. Carter makes the play for out number 2. And here's Alan Ashby. He rips that one into right. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Carter up with it. Ashby looking for 2. Here comes the throw. That's going to be a double for Alan Ashby. Tying run at the plate now. Craig Reynolds, 2 out. Lifts that one into shallow center. White coming on. Dives, makes the play. Heck of a play by Devon White to keep it a 3-1 game. As we're after 8 now. Frank LaCourte in for the Astros. That one's lifted high and deep to left field. Back at the track. Caught, though, as it stays in the yard. Here's Johnny O. He strikes out. Kent strikes out Danny Henning. So we're going to the bottom of the 9th. Astros need 2. Otherwise, there's going to be a Game 7. There's a pinch hitter, Rafael Landis. It's out up the middle. Base hit. Brewers have something going, or Astros have something going. Tom Hankey's going to come into the game now to face Terry Poole. Pops that one up behind the plate. Will it get out? It will not. It stays in for Borders to make the play. Here's Cruz. Out to short. 6. Nope. Oh, they're not going to get anybody. Manny Lee, not a strong enough throw. That's an infield hit, so the tying run is on base now. And the go-ahead run at the plate in the form of Cesar Cedeno. Hit out in front of the plate. Borders going to come get it. Not going to have anywhere to go. Oh, he gets the force out at second. Wow. That looked like it might have been a bit late, but the umpire gives him the call for out number 2. So it's first and third. Art Howe at the plate. Cesar Cedeno at first is the tying run. Art Howe the winning run at the plate. Hit a solo homer as last time. Out in front of the plate. Hankey on the first. The Blue Jays win and even the series at 3 games apiece. There you go, chat. Unbelievable. Jack Morris picks up his 5th win of the tournament. Art Howe with his 2nd home run of the series. His 3rd overall. Game lost because of the umpire. No, maybe. So now we're going to go to Game 7. Jimmy Key versus Nolan Ryan. The Facebook's Choice historical tournament comes down to a 7th game in the final. And it's going to be Nolan Ryan against Jimmy Key. Few changes for Houston as they have their left-handed lineup out there. Jeff Leonard in at first base. Walling moves to the outfield. So Nolan Ryan he's 3-1 in the tournament, 40 2/3 innings. Has 14 walks, but has 54 strikeouts. What better guy would you want on the mound? The Blue Jays had their guy on the mound in Game 6. They needed to win. They had Jack Morris. Jimmy Key, for multiple teams, has picked up wins in clinching games. So here we go. Robbie Alomar digs in against Nolan Ryan. Hits it out in front of the plate. Ashby makes the play, 1 down. Here's Lee. He walks. Ryan has walked 15 now in 41 innings. So it can happen. There's a grounder to second. Morgan's going to make the shirt out at first as Lee moves up to second. Oh, and Joe Carter gets hit. These two teams starting to not like each other. And Ryan gets his first strikeout of the game, striking out Johnny Olerud. No score in the top of the first for the Blue Jays. Here's Jimmy Key now. 23 innings so far, 27 hits. Has allowed 10 runs, only 14 Ks, but only 3 walks as well. There's a curveball for strike 3. That one's ripped into left center field gap. That's going to be a base hit as it falls in front of Maldonado. Morgan is on with a single. Here's Cedeno. Rips that one to right. That's past a diving Alomar. And just like that, the Astros have first and second. Art Howe. 6-4-3 double play, and the Blue Jays get out of it. Here's Kent. He walks. 97 miles an hour. White lifts this one down the first. There's nobody there. That's going to be a base hit for Devon White. Nobody home. So first and second, nobody out. And Borders rips that one in the right center field gap. That's going to score 1 for sure. Here comes the second runner, and they're safe. 2 runs on a Pat Borders RBI double, and the Blue Jays lead 2-0. Here's Key now. You got to imagine he's going to bunt. He does. Ashby picks it up, makes the throw down to first. That'll move Borders up to third for Robbie Alomar. That misses inside, ball 4. Third walk already for Nolan. That's popped up. Not deep enough to tag. So 2 down for Maldonado. Rips that to first. So the Blue Jays get 2 on a 2-run double by Devon White. No, Pat Borders. And they lead 2-0. Here's Denny Walling. Popped up. Alomar makes the play. Be interesting to see now Jimmy Key with a lead. Can be aggressive. Ashby loops this one into right. Carter makes the play. That one's ripped. That's going to be a base hit to left field. 2-out single by Jeff Leonard. And brings up Craig Reynolds. He lifts that one to right center. White there, though. Makes the play. So after 2, the Blue Jays lead 2-0. here in Game 7 of the Facebook's Choice Historical Tournament. Grounded to short by Carter. Reynolds makes the play, 1 down. Here's Olerud. Here's Kent now with 2 down. And he strikes out. So the score remains 2-0 Blue Jays. Here's Ryan. Looper to center. Easy pickings for Devo. 1 down. Here's Terry Poole now back to the top of the Houston order. That one's down the left field line. Maldonado on the run. That's a foul ball as Maldonado drops it. And Poole's going to make him pay as he dumps it into center on the next pitch for a base hit. Here's Joe Morgan now. That's a pass ball, looks like. That one's ripped. That's going to be a base hit. Carter up with it. Throws it in. They're not going to have a play at the plate. Terry Poole scores. Joe Morgan with an RBI single cuts the lead to 2-1. Cedeno high and deep to center field. At the track, at the wall. White makes the play. Devon White makes a jumping play at the wall to rob Cesar Cedeno. Devon White making running, jumping plays at the wall in the World Series. Never seen that before. Here's Art Howe. And Art Howe, that one's not going to be caught. Deep to left field. Houston takes the lead. Art Howe, his 4th home run of the tournament. And Houston leads 3-2. Here's Denny Walling. Out to short. It's going to be picked up by Lee. He's going to make the play, but the damage has been done. Houston puts up 3 in the bottom of the 3rd. And they lead here in Game 7. 3-2. Here's Devon White. Let's see if Nolan Ryan can get locked in. Has not been very good so far. 3 walks through the first 3 innings. Borders lifts that one into left center. That's going to be a long run for Cedeno, but he's going to get there. And Jimmy Key strikes out. 3 up, 3 down for Nolan. It's going to be lifted in the left field. Now that's going to be a leadoff base hit here in the bottom of the 4th. Houston on to what Jimmy Key's trying to do here. Here's Jeff Leonard. He strikes out. Chasing a curveball out of the zone. That one's lifted high and deep to left. Maldonado back. Just in front of the track makes the play. Here's Nolan Ryan now with 2 out. It's it up the middle. Alomar will go the short way to end the inning. So a single and nothing more. Houston leads 3-2 after 4. Here's Robbie. Hits that to deep short. Long throw. Reynolds makes it though. Gets him. 1 down. Here's Lee. That'll be out number 2. Here's the Candyman. 2 out here in the inning. Rips that one into right. That'll be a 2-out single for Candy Maldonado. Blue Jays get something going here. Here's Carter now. Lifts that one high, but that's not very deep. Walling there makes the play. And Key issues a leadoff walk to Terry Poole. Morgan. Fly to left, Maldonado a dozen steps to his left and makes the play. Here's Cesar Cedeno. Hits that one back up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Poole going to go to 3rd. He's going to make it in there easily. So 1st and 3rd, Art Howe up again. Only 1 out in the inning. But he strikes out. A massive strikeout for Jimmy Key. And he gets Walling to ground out. Very key couple of batters there for Jimmy Key. as he gets out of the inning. Still only down 3-2. Here's Olerud. Pops that up in the infield. Jay's not getting anything going against Nolan Ryan here in this game. Literally nothing. Here's Kent. He strikes out. 4th strikeout for Nolan. It's ripped into right. Base hit. Devon White with a 2-out single. Here's Borders. White gonna go. He's gonna steal. No throw. So here's Borders now. And they're gonna walk him. To get to pinch hitter Kelly Gruber. Gruber lifts that one high and deep to left center field. It's going to stay in the ballpark, it looks like. Cedeno gets there, makes the play. The Blue Jays threaten, but they don't score. Houston still leads 3-2. David Wells in now for the Blue Jays. Out of the bullpen. And he gets a Alan Ashby grounder back to the mound. And then he gets Jeff Leonard to strike out. Craig Reynolds hits a single past a diving Jeff Kent. 2-out single for the Astros. And then a walk. All of a sudden, Terry Poole is up. Jose Cruz had pinch hit, so Nolan Ryan done after 5 in this game. Ripped to third. They're going to go to second, and that'll end the inning. Astros get nothing. 6 innings in the books. 3-2. Hey, Houston is still the score. Dave Smith in for the 7th inning. Top of the Blue Jays order up. And Robbie Alomar gets plunked on the first pitch. Or sorry, that was the full count pitch. Dave Winfield going to come off the bench here and pinch hit for Manny Lee. Hits that high and deep to right center field. Does it have the distance? It does not. Cedeno makes the play. Winfield gave it a ride. 1 out, 1 on for Maldonado. Loops one into shallow right center. Cedeno with another play. Here's Carter. High and deep to left field. At the track, at the wall, gone! Joe Carter gives the Blue Jays back the lead. His 6th home run of the tournament. And the Blue Jays take a 4-3 lead. Whoop. It's going to be one of those games, chat. It's going to be a classic Snaggle J 17-inning fiasco. It's going to take 4.5 hours. Anyone who's here during any of the fall streams when we were doing the playoff preview stuff, every game we played was 16 innings. Randy Neiman now in to face John Olerud with 2 out here in the 7th. He hits it into the shift. Morgan up with it. That'll end the inning with Joe Carter with his 6th home run of the tournament. Has given the Blue Jays a 3-2 lead. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right. David Wells stays in the game to face Joe Morgan. Morgan lifts a fly ball. Medium center. White makes the play, 1 down. Wells going to stay in to face Cesar Cedeno. Out in front of the plate. Borders up with it, makes the play. Here's Art Howe. Rips that one back up the middle. That's a 2-out single for Art Howe. 10th hit of the game for the Astros. They only have 3 runs, though. Denny Walling, as Wells will stay in the game here. Lifts that one into right. That is going to be a base hit. Carter with the slide, but he can't make the play. And it's 1st and 3rd with 2 out for Alan Ashby. Hits it up the middle. Base hit. Alan Ashby with an RBI single. Houston has tied the game. Walling goes to 3rd on the play. It's 4-4. High fly, right center. White makes the play, but Houston has tied the game. We're heading to the 8th inning of Game 7 of the Facebook Choice Historical Tournament, tied at 4. Joaquin Andahar into the game to face Jeff Kent, Devon White, Pat Borders, and a pinch hitter, almost assuredly. Kent, deep to left field, back, gone! Jeff Kent greets Andahar with a solo home run, and the Blue Jays have taken back the lead, 5-4. Jeff Kent's second of the game. Is it Kent's second of the game? Did he have hit the other one he had? Was it this game? It was this game, right? Or was it the last game? He had a home run in the last game. That's right. Okay. Jeff Kent has now homered in consecutive games, his first 2 of the tournament. White hits it to second. Morgan up with it, makes the play. 1 down. Here's Borders. That's right. Borders, the 2 runs we got in the second was a Borders 2-run double. And Borders with a single. Derek Bell now in the pinch hit. He's going to fly out to lazy right field. 2 down. Here's Robbie Alomar back to the top of the Jays order. Hits that one. That's going to be a base hit. Borders going to try to go to third. Strong throw. And he's going to safely get into third. Wow. Close play at third base on a great throw by Terry Pull. Alfredo Griffin. First at bat for him, and he strikes out. But the Blue Jays get 1 on the Jeff Kent solo home run. And they lead Game 7 5-4. Tom Hankey, the Terminator, into the game. That one's ripped into center. Devon White coming on. He makes the play. Here's Landestoy now. Rips that to second. Alomar up with it. 2 down. Here's Terry Pull as we go back to the top of the Houston order. Bob McDonald into the game for the Blue Jays to get that lefty-lefty, and he gets the job done. 3 outs away for the Toronto Blue Jays. We head to the 9th inning here in this Game 7 of the final, the Facebook's Choice Historical Tournament. Blue Jays 5, Houston 4. Joe Sambito into the game for Houston. Here's Maldonado. Hits that to center field. That's a base hit. Leadoff single for the Candyman. Here's Joe Carter. Pops that one up foul territory. Third base side. Art Howe is going to get over there and make the play for out number 1. Olerud strikes out looking. Here's Kent now. Has that big home run, and he gets plunked. Kent doesn't like that one. Neither does the Blue Jays bench. Kent hit that go-ahead home run in the 8th. Gets plunked here in the 9th by Joe Sambito. Devon White will walk. He holds up. So now the bases are loaded for Pat Borders. Rips that one in the left center field gap, and that's going to score multiple runs. And Pat Borders has broken this game wide open. A 3-run double, and the Blue Jays now lead 8-4. An unbelievably clutch base hit by Pat Borders. And there's a walk to Tabler. Vern Rule now in to face Robbie Alomar. Loops that one into left. That's going to be a base hit. Borders will hold up at third. And here's Alfredo Griffin now. Back to the mound. It's going to end the inning, but a 3-run Pat Borders double. And the Blue Jays are 3 outs away. It's not random historical teams. We had a post on our Facebook page, Connor, where people could put in whatever teams they wanted. So there. So it's fate. That's why we call it the Facebook's Choice historical tournament. And if I go look, just to say, just so we know, we'll be fair about it. Let's see. The 1980 Houston Astros, who were in this, was nominated by Michael Johnson. So good job, Michael. Where's the Jays? The 1992 Toronto Blue Jays were nominated by Carlo Esgro. So those two guys got their teams all the way to the finals. And with 3 outs to go, the 1992 Toronto Blue Jays looking like they've got this in the bag. Mike Timlin into the game to face Joe Morgan leading it off. Hits this up the middle. Griffin with a play. It's 1 down, 6-3. Here's Cedeno. This side into center. Devon White coming on. Makes the play. 2 down. 101. Timlin hitting there. Here's Art Howe now. Down to their last out. And he strikes out. The Toronto Blue Jays of 1992 have won the Facebook's Choice Historical Exhibition Tournament, defeating the Houston Astros in Game 7 by a score of 8-4. So there you go, chat. The Toronto Blue Jays win the series. So if I go to matchups? Yeah. Cool. Let's capture that too while we're here. So guys, that is how easy it can be to put together a tournament of MLB historical teams. Put them together. I mean, we did an entire 32-team tournament, best of 3s, best of 5s, best of 7s, and it was an hour and a half. And there you go. That's the screenshot I really want right there. So we'll do this. We'll go up to say here. So we'll show the final 4. Yeah, baby. The Toronto Blue Jays of 1992. You see your Royals lost? Yeah, they put up a good fight, though. They lost to the eventual... Oh, no, not the eventual runner-up, because that was the Houston matchup. But there you guys see the bracket. Congratulations to the 1992 Toronto Blue Jays. My team. Carlo, thank you for nominating the 92 Toronto Blue Jays. My dude, Carlo, on Facebook. If you're watching this, man, excellent nomination, my guy. Appreciate it so much. As always, guys, as I said at the top of the stream, next week we'll be back to our regular streaming times. TJ will be streaming Monday nights at 9:30 Eastern. I'll be streaming Tuesday night at 9 Eastern. Next Tuesday we'll be doing the 2021/22 off season for our Brewers franchise. Guys, if you guys have listen to me. This is very serious. If you guys have not yet picked up Out of the Park Baseball 19, you have literally less than 7 hours to pick it up for 50% off. The All-Star sale is still going on for the next 7 hours. Go pick it up. Go get it right now. This is your last chance to get OOTP 19 for 50% off as part of the All-Star Summer Sale. I think it's over at 6 a.m. Eastern, somewhere in that range. It's over early in the morning. If you go to bed now and you don't get it, you're going to sleep through it. As always, guys, make sure you follow us on all of our various social medias. Follow us here. If it's your first time on the Twitch stream, hit that follow button at the top of the screen enable those notifications so you guys know when we go live, so you guys can come back and check out all the hot fire, out of the park, baseball, and franchise hockey manager action. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/OTPBaseball. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/OTPBaseball. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel where we put all of the archives of these streams and a lot of other cool stuff. YouTube.com/OOTP Developments. As always, I am Chris Jardine, a.k.a. Snaggle J, Associate Community Manager for Out of the Park Baseball. And until next time, keep swinging for the fences.